Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the multidimensional MD. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. And as I was having my morning tea, I felt like I wanted to share with you some more details about Nervine teas because they can be so nourishing, they can be calming and soothing to the nervous system. They can help you think with more ease and they can help ease you to sleep too. So calming in so many different ways and adding some fluidity. So I'm going to go through 6 of my favorite Nervine teas, and I'm going to show you pictures of them as well and how to use them. And so you can mix and match them and see which one might best suit you because again, some are more nutritious, some help with nervous butterflies, some help ease cramps and that kind of tension. And and they're all going to be like soothing to the nervous system. And this time of year, it's still such a great time to have teas. It's still cool. We are not quite into spring, and I will have teas year round, but I especially love like warm teas and to be able to extract all of that goodness from the teas. And so there is an art to having tea, and I do love to have a loose leaf tea so that the water can surround every bit of the herb and to then that herb can infuse its messages and its nutrients into the water. And then when you take the tea to be so appreciative of it, and then you take every sip and you sip with just like gently. So, Edgar Casey says to chew your food well, but also to chew in a way your beverages, your drinks. So not to guzzle water or not to you want to have time for it to assimilate. So you'll sip and sip on your tea. And as always, my mission is to bring the intuitive aspects of health back to medicine in practical and tangible ways so that you can access more peace, love, and joy in your everyday lives and access deeper healing. So let's get to it. So, one of my favorite teas is lemon balm, also known as Melissa officinalis. And lemon balm is just such a delicious tea. I'm going to show you a picture here as well. So this is a lemon balm right here. Um, there we go. Okay, so here's lemon balm, and lemon balm is in the mint family. And as any mint herb, it does have tons of minerals, also has a great source of antioxidants like vitamin C and flavonoids. And lemon balm is known to ease stress and anxiety. It also is great for gas and bloating, just like many mint herbs are, such as catnip. Catnip is another mint herb. And lemon balm, I mean, it's so easy to grow. Actually, if you do grow it in your garden, you probably want to keep it in a pot and just watch the flowers and seeding because it can spread like wild. It is a great weed. And as they say, local weeds are the best healers because they are able to thrive in all kinds of conditions. So lemon balm is one of those kinds of herbs, and you can pick it fresh or you can use it dried. And there was a 2014 study looking at lemon balm and showing that it helps you think better. So when you were put to task, like if you had some lemon balm an hour before having to do some sort of task or test involving memory and math and concentration, that people that had lemon balm an hour before actually did better. So this is a common one that I'll recommend for people before if they have any anticipatory anxiety before taking a test, before performance. But it's also good at nighttime too, because then it can help ease you to sleep. And again, it is great for digestion as well. And the next one we have here is going to be stinging nettle. So, stinging nettle is another really nutritious herb. It actually has protein in it, amino acids, and fiber, and also many antioxidants like carotenoids and flavonoids. Has lots of minerals that are great for your bones, including iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, boron, and vitamin K, which is great for so many different benefits, including cardiovascular benefits and to help with your bleeding and clotting benefits. So, stinging nettle, the reason it's called stinging is that because when you touch it, then it can leave a rash. So, it can sting you. So, it's best to pick if it grows wild in various places. And so, if you are familiar with stinging nettle, definitely be familiar before you forage. Then you pick it with gloves. Then, when you cook it down, it will. That stinging property can burn off. And then the dried nettle does not have that sting to it. So I'll typically use it more dried. If I have the stinging nettle itself, then like fresh, then I'll cook it down. You can cook it down like a spinach. Some kinds seem to have more sting to it than others, so just caution with that. But stinging nettle, you can combine it with the lemon balm to make a great tea, a dried tea, and I'll use a canister like this, which is a really people are more familiar with using it like a French press for coffee. But I love to use this because I can put a tea in it and put tons of water, and then when I'm ready to have it, then you press it down, but it keeps it covered. So steep your tea covered to keep all of those aromas and the constituents in the water, so it's not going off into the air, evaporating off. So stinging nettle is another one, and anytime it's great. It's a great bodybuilding herb, and this is one that I include in many nutritious tea formulas and the vitamin teas, and because it's so much packed nutrition. It's considered a superfood, really. So the next one here is, take that off. Passion flower. Oh, I love passion flower so much. So passion flower is such a beautiful flower, and you can see from this flower, it grows on a vine, and sometimes all those little petals, you see how they're kind of stringy? They remind me of nerves. And then also it looks like this crown is coming out. So it's like this the flower itself is telling you what it's good for, because it's purple and it's reminding you of these like upper energy centers and giving you access to all of that. So passion flower is often called maypop or mayflower. It's a great nervine. It's great before sleep. It can help soothe nervous tension. It's used in some cases of epilepsy. So you can imagine just like any kind of like twitchiness of the nerves and tension. And it's also helpful for digestion. So it has a very slight bitterness to it, which can help your digestive enzymes release. But it also helps flow through what are called the lacteals, which are these lymph channels in the small intestines that absorb fats. So your nerves need good fats to help conduct electricity, to help send information. And every cell in the body has a cell membrane that's made out of a fatty layer and also needs these good fats for fluidity. So passion flower helps with the assimilation of those good fats. So first you need to take good fats in your diet or supplementing. But if for some reason you feel like maybe you do test and it says that you're still deficient, and you're not able to, but you have supplements with omega-3s, or you're eating chia seeds, and for some reason in the lab it says you're still deficient in omega-3s, maybe you're not assimilating the fats as well. So to consider adding some passion flower tea in your just regular routine. And I love to talk about teas because it's more, they're medicinal, but they're also food. So it's a cross between that medicine and food. And also because it's taken in water form, then it tends to be easier for your body to assimilate nutrients. And water has so many other messages in it. So you are literally letting these herbs and flowers infuse the water. And so when you see that beauty of the passion flower, see that message, that beauty of the passion flower gets infused into the water. And so when you sip it like that, then you're getting much more benefit than just the nutrients. You're getting this energetic benefit and so much more. So the next herb I have here is chamomile, and such a common herb. So you know the story of Peter Rabbit and how he had gotten into the farmer's garden and eaten too much, and then he had a belly ache, and then his mommy gave him chamomile to soothe his belly. So this is German chamomile here, and German chamomile is typically considered more medicinal than Roman chamomile, but both share many of similar properties. Just that German chamomile is a bit more potent in terms of its medicinal properties. Chamomile is a beautiful nervine and a digestive tonic, and it can be used long term. It's something that it's useful for so many different things that it's a great herb to have most every day. And it can help with sleep, with calming, with soothing those irritated digestive linings. It has antispasmodic properties. It can also soothe the skin. It has antiviral properties. And if you have cold sores or fever blisters, then both lemon balm and chamomile are actually good teas to have with some regularity because it can help ward those off. And if you don't know, so fever blisters or cold sores are a kind of virus, a herpetic virus that lives in the nerve. So if you have some sort of nerve tonic, nerve support, and then with chamomile and lemon balm, also have this antiviral properties, it can help to support the nervous system and the immune system and the digestion, which is all related to immune system and your nervous system. Chamomile is also slightly bitter, so it does tend to have that release of digestive enzymes in the body. When you first bring it to your mouth and you first taste any bitterness, then that helps to bring helps your own body release digestive enzymes. So these are such great teas, and I'll do a recap at the end. So the next one here is Skullcap. So let me bring you a picture up here. One second. Here's Skullcap. Isn't it interesting? Another purpley one, bluish purple. So it reminds you of those upper energy centers. Chamomile is white with a golden center, but your solar plexus for your digestion, that energy center color associated with it is yellow. So it reminds you of those digestive properties as well. But it's also like soothing for the nervous system. But Skullcap, like its name, does have that color similar to Passionflower. And Skullcap also has like very similar properties to Passionflower. It combines well with both of those. It's great for nervous tension, for twitchiness. So when you're nervous or you're just under a lot of stress, then you might get some twitchiness, like you either feel kind of shaky, or some people get like little twitches to their face, kind of like a tick, but it's not as long-standing. So that is a sign of stress on the nervous system, of pressure on the nervous system. The nerve signals are starting to short circuit. So things like Skullcap and Passionflower are really great for easing that kind of twitchiness in the nervous system. And it's also a great gentle sedative in terms of just like bringing things down a notch, getting ready for sleep. All the ones I've mentioned so far are actually great for like easing tension before you go to sleep. So then this last one I'm going to talk about is actually Milky Oat Tops. And let me show you a picture here. So Milky Oats are the young oat. So if you can see in that picture, this is a young oat. It's not fully ripe yet, so it doesn't have that seed quality of the oat that's used for oatmeal. But it's drippy. So there's that milkiness. It's like if you were to imagine squeezing it, then you would get this milky fluid released from that. And the Milky Oat Tops are considered like the most nervine of like the oats. So, and you could, the whole oat plant can be considered some kind of nerve tonic because it's very nutritious, has a lot of minerals in it. The oak straw itself, meaning the stem there, and it can be picked at any stage. And along with some of the other herbs that I mentioned, lemon balm and nettle, it would could also be like a great vitamin nourishment. But for the most nervine property, then you use the Milky Oat Tops. Um, Oatmeal itself, like if you eat oatmeal, is also nutritious and has like that demulcent property. So typically, herbalists will say for the Milky Oat Tops for the Nervine property to use it as a tincture. However, Rosemary Gladstar, she actually uses it in many of her formulas for nervine or nerve soothing properties, and she uses it as a tea. So you can use it as a tea or a tincture, and you can feel the properties of it actually pretty soon, within a few days or weeks of using it. And if we use it as a tea, it doesn't really have that much taste. So I'll typically combine it with other nervine herbs that I've mentioned before, and you can it makes a beautiful concoction when you take all the different dried herbs and use the different colors and the different textures and the different shapes. Then you add this beauty to your tea, so you can start to see like you get so much more out of it than just the nutrient properties. So to review, we talked. Let's make picture big again. We talked about lemon balm, can the nourishing ones, lemon balm, nettle, Milky Oat Tops, all very nourishing, or any part of the oat plant. I guess one caveat for the oat plant is if you are gluten sensitive, it doesn't have gluten in it, but sometimes it's run along the same machines as gluten, or there can be some cross contamination. That's just like a little aside. But otherwise, milky oats or any part of the oat plant, lemon balm, and stinging nettle, very nutritious teas. If you want some that are soothing to your gut, lemon balm, again, is another one. Chamomile and passionflower are great digestive tonics as well. And so if you have like nervous tension or nervous butterflies, or just like nervous spasms in your gut, then think about that. If you get twitchiness to your nervous system, or like facial tics, or just feeling kind of like shaky, Passionflower and Skullcap would be beautiful herbs for that. And you can combine them with chamomile as well. And any of these, you know, gosh, I feel like all of these would combine really well. As you get to know them, you get to familiar with the different flavors and the different varieties as well. Like stinging nettle, the American kind is different than the European kind. Um, I would say that the American ones, it has like a bit brighter flavor to it, and I feel like more people are here would like it. The one in Europe is a bit darker and has a more earthiness to it. And the chamomile, like the German chamomile, has the small flowers. The Roman chamomile has the big flowers. German chamomile is more medicinal. So there's, even within all of these, if I looked at passion flower, I could show you so many different kinds of passion flower as well. So it's really fun to get to know all of these herbs and flowers. And as you get to know them, then they start to be your friends. And you have this relationship with the plants and with the earth. And that actually helps to elevate the properties, the benefit that you're getting from them. So you get a nutrient benefit. You have this nervine property and digestive property benefits. So it's a tonic to your overall systems. You get the benefit of the different colors of the herbs, and then you have this energetic benefit of just getting to know the herbs and knowing where they're from and having an appreciation for them. And then since you're drinking it as a tea, then you get the benefit from the water, because water has this ability to hold messages in it, and we are mostly water. So It helps the nutrients and the beneficial properties and constituents of the teas and the flowers and the herbs assimilate better into our body so that we can make the most out of these nervines. So I hope that was helpful for you in some way today. If you've any questions, then please leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer any general questions, and I'd love to hear from you as always. And let me know where you're from, what you liked about this episode. If there are other, there's so many other Nervine teas, and I could do a whole other episode on ones that could help with cognition as well. So maybe I'll do that at some point soon. So otherwise, you can get in touch with me on Instagram at All Worlds Health, on my Facebook, All Worlds Health and Pediatrics, and on my website. You can sign up for my e-love letters. I send them out once a week on Wednesdays, and that's allworldshealth.com. So thank you so much for being here, and have a beautiful rest of your week. I believe in you, so I hope that you believe in you too. And I'll see you next Wednesday for another episode of The Multidimensional MD. Take care. Bye. Oh, hi, Vienna. Do I sell kits? Yeah, I do actually have some medicinal teas in my office. And yes, that's a great combination: chamomile, lavender, lemon balm. So, and I'll sometimes make custom r- remedies for people as well, custom tea blends, which is pretty fun to do. So, I'll see you all. Bye.